Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. Help support my channel. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers pretty much as soon as possible. So then I go live streaming because YouTube policy, they won't let me go live until I have 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to all the folks out there that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you have not yet, please take this moment now with helping me. Click subscribe. Next, click the bell. And next, click all. This helps you receive a notification when I post my next videos. Plus, click the thumbs up button and every time you watch my videos. If you got value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel by going below and clicking on either my Patreon or PayPal links. If you join my Patreon page, then you'll get early access to these videos 24 hours before they're posted on the YouTube and lots more. If you prefer just leaving a small tip, click on PayPal. Either way, then you get that warm sense of satisfaction years down the line knowing that you helped me become a successful YouTuber.
Sunday, June 5th, 3:37 p.m. New York time. Commodities. Commodities includes several categories. One category, commodities, is agricultural, such as your vegetables, fruits, as well as your live cattle. The other is energy, such as your crude oil, natural gas, heating oil. And the other is metals, such as gold, silver, copper. Commodities trade on the futures market. The futures market, futures exchanges, plural of several futures exchanges, are different than the stock exchanges, different than the crypto exchanges. Not all brokers give their clients access to the futures, and not all brokers give you access to all the future products. I'm going to be looking first at the energy category. Look at crude oil and natural gas. We'll look at the weekly time frame, each candlestick being a week. Crude oil, green for the week, higher high, higher low. The trend is up. It looks like it's gunning into this $125, $130 range. That's the momentum. That's what's happening. We also broke above this inside candle last week, which meant it was indecision. Yep, so again, strong trend to the upside. Let's put this in perspective and look, this was the high of the year. That's the low of the year. Volatility has beginning a lot more. Yep. Let's put this to a larger time frame so you could see yourself factually where we are from since the data I have on record. So the data here goes all the way back to 1983. Of course, there's more data and you pay for that. So there's the high. There's the high all the way from back there, 2008. So some people are speaking wrongly, misspeaking, or intentionally misspeaking, say we're at all-time highs. We're not at all-time highs. Again, all-time highs is back there, right there, 2008, during the real estate bubble. Yep. A lot of people are not even mentioning that we had all-time lows just a few years ago since this data. Yep. So again, if you're going to hear anything with prices and numbers, I would recommend you get the source where they're telling you this from and check and verify and call them out, because a lot of them are misspeaking, saying we're at all-time highs. Shame on them. Now let's look at natural gas. Inside candle for a week. Again, that means indecision. Close a solid body, which is equivalent to a red. And a long wick on top the prior week. Small wick there. So what that's telling me is, yeah, we'll expect possibly retest up there, but we may not even go to all the way up the retest, or we may trend down first before we go back up there. But it's showing that it's getting tired. It's getting tired. So it's in a resting phase, and we'll see how it breaks out above or below that inside candle. Good thing is, if you don't have futures access to that data or trading, there's stock ETFs on futures, and I posted that not too long ago to my Patreon members. Let's go on to another commodity. Or actually, let's look here to show you as well the history. Put this on the max that I have data for. And now each candle will be a monthly. There we go. Yeah, this year we're near the all-time high, but the all-time high was all the way back there, 2005, way below it. Yep, real far away. Let's go to again the metals. And I'm showing you in order because crude oil is more traded in crude oil than natural gas, and in the energy and in the metals, gold is traded more than the other metals. So looking at gold weekly chart, red candle for the week, made a higher high, lower low, closed back inside that prior green candle. So right off the bat here, I drew this gray box. It's a consolidation. It's also staircase pattern lower low. I mentioned several people in past videos. I'm bearish gold on the longer term still. Yeah, I'm making trades both directions, making money both directions when I see the opportunity. What does that mean both directions? Well, when it's high, I'm selling and making money when it retraces down. And when it's low, I'm buying, making money when it goes up, using options. But the point is, on the bigger picture, look at this consolidation, breakdown, consolidation. Huge impulse move down, retracement weakness. So we may have some more flushes to the downside. So there's enough fear that people want to be buying and holding, or a lot more people. Yep, but that hasn't shown itself. So again, takeaway here is longer duration, I'm still bearish. Shorter duration, there's money to be made either direction, as long as you get on a timing, the right side of the trade, the right timing. Let's put this on a longer duration. Same thing, but put it on a monthly time frame and the max. There we go. 2020 was the all-time high on record. Yep. Let's go to the next. Silver, red, made a higher high, low, low, close back inside. Very similar, just like gold. Yep. Let's go ahead and look at an entire time frame. Put on max. There we go. All the way from back there. So I have data from here from 1970. Silver had a high of $50.50. And that was 1980. Well, that was a long time ago. I wonder how many people that are watching my YouTube channel were even born in 1980. And if remember what occurred in 1980. I know what in 1980, especially in the 80s, in the 1980s. Yeah. Yep. A lot of history happened in 1980, from space to terrorist activities to decisions from world leaders. Yep. Platinum or palladium, how do you pronounce that? Well, I heard it was a green candle, higher high, higher low, huge impulse move up, strong like bull. It also retested this high wick, broke above it, but closed back inside of it. That's strong. I already labeled the midpoint right there. For some reason, big demand came in for it this past week. Well, let's see palladium. Let's do that too. Put this to the max. There's the high. It's back in 2008. The real estate bubble fell apart. It got a huge decline. But even that low in 2020 during the COVID, we made a lower low. So super bearish events, huge sell-off, super bearish events, huge sell-off, and a retracement, and a retracement. Let's go on to the next. Copper, very important metal. It's for industrial use, huge, important. Yep, green for the week, higher high, higher low. Tested in here, rejected. That's suspicious. Huge tail on the top. Let's go put this on a higher time frame. Okay, we'll go to the max. go to monthly. Data back from 2003. And this year hit the all-time high. Again, understand industrial use commodities can be stored for a long time. Again, there's procedures to store stuff properly so it maintains integrity, but there's a cost to store commodities long-term. Because if you're not making money, holding typically something in storage, huge cost. So again, if people think copper is going to go higher long-term, they might be gobbling it up right now, hoarding it right now, thinking this is a fair price to buy that. And then when they're ready to use it for whatever purpose or resell it, well, that would be in the future. Let's go on to the next. Commodities. Agricultural. And I'm going to explain agricultural. Agricultural, you have your livestock, and then you have your fruits and vegetables. First, we'll go over and within those, there are subcategories. Well, corn is a grain, so you have grains. Looking here at corn. It's like the most heavily traded agricultural commodity. Yeah, things could change. It could be something different next year, 10 years from now, or it could maintain that. But corn has a huge use. Corn is a direct fed for feeding livestock. It's also for humans wanting to eat. It's also used towards biofuels and for certain countries in the gasoline at gas stations require a certain amount of ethanol produced from corn. And corn producing ethanol is not the best. It's cleaner and more economic if you produce ethanol from sugarcane. But again, there's lobbyists, politicians that sided with one side to hurt the most amount of people the fastest possible. And that didn't just happen now. That was years ago. So red for the week on corn. Red, lower high, lower low. Inside this supply zone where there's buyers in the past, look at that. And it closed in there, but it didn't go below it. Small little wick, buyer stepped in here. So I already labeled a midpoint. Interesting. Let's go to the higher time frame. Now we're on the monthly. So there's the all-time high in corn. That was in 2012. And here we are now. And notice, last month was the inside candle. We broke below it. So the trend is going lower, the higher time frame lower. And again, all this volatility this year has not even taken out the high from 2012. Who's been around here since 2012? Click like below. Let me know. Have you been around since 2012 to know what occurred here? Yep. Wheat, another huge important commodity. Red for the week. Lower low, lower high, midpoint. So let me show you here again on corn on the weekly. Again, corn, grain product. Huge move down. Wheat, huge move down. So obviously there's more sellers than buyers, reducing the price, marking it down. What's the news that's doing that? So the trend is down. Want to see this higher time frame? Let's go. Put this on the monthly. Max. This year was the all-time high. Yep. And again, what did we do? We already traded, broke below the prior month low. So it made a reversal. No surprise. These huge wicks on the top is telling me there's more sellers coming in than buyers. Yep. So we have potential trend going down to maybe retracing here. Or worse. Okay, let's go to the next. Soy, another large commodity traded. Weekly, red for the week, higher high, high low. Inside this supply zone where sellers were before. Has not taken out that swing high. Put this up in the higher time frame. Go to the max for the monthly. And commodities are fine to be investing long term, as long as you're on the right side of the trade. So here are the monthly. past few months, inside candles, very interesting. Huge wicks on the top, wicks on the bottom. It's an acceleration phase. There's the high, 2012. Yeah, 2012, sometime ago. Let's go to the next, live cattle. Okay, we're looking at the weekly chart here. Look at that, blue lines. That's a wedge. It's building a coil, tighter, tighter, tighter. This formed a bullish pin bar. It tested the bottom of this wedge, rejected it, but it made a lower low, but then also made a higher high and closed above that prior candle. We may have a reversal to break out to the upside. I shared this with many people in the past. If you watch my video, or especially if you're a Patreon member, that I'm thinking this potential will be breakout to this upside. It'd be interesting. Let's put a little line. Be interesting what the reason might be. Well, one reason is there's a war going on. There's only a few countries that control the majority of the grains. It's a commodity. Let's do this better. Yep. Potential breakout to the upside. Okay, let's go look at the higher time frame. It's very important. Shame the mainstream media is clueless or just chooses not to inform you on this stuff. So for the month, inside candle. Again, the month's not over yet, but that's suspicious. Why? Because inside candles offer reversal points. So this trend has been down bearish for months. Only 1 month this year to remake a green candle for live cattle. And then the current month's all red, trending down. Now we're inside candle. Maybe that, and look, I already showed you on the weekly what I think might be a potential reversal. So now maybe we'll break out above here and go higher. Very interesting. This may be the key level there. Let's look at the monthly drawings. Yep, there we go. This was acting as key demand zone in the past. That's where we are rejecting right now. Last month we did close slightly in it, but didn't go deep. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Let's go look at this on the daily. Nice. Yeah, that was a bullish pattern. When you have the inside candle on the bottom of a trend, right there, interest. And that was a good single. Nice. That's like a bullish harmony. Bullish harmony. It would have been nicer if that green candle was smaller. But anyway, very interesting. Feeder cattle, green for the week, higher high, higher low. Took out that swing high. Nice. Let's remove that swing high, which was the high of the year. Took it out. Also broke above this supply zone of sellers. It's that long wick. And this wick broke above that strong like bull. I already labeled the midpoint. Wow. Okay, let's look at the higher time frame. Wow, interesting that prior week was huge fake out in cattle. Those impulse moves, or not cattle, just in a lot of commodities had that fake out past week when things went down. Wow. On the monthly too, yeah, huge consolidation, and now breaking out to the upside. Nice. So look here. We're not at the all-time high for feeder cattle. That was back there, 2014. Nice. Took out that high too from last year. Oof. And look at that, we're gunning. Look at this midpoint. We're gunning for that. Nice. Let's look at the last one. Lean hog. Inside candle for the week. That's the yellow candle. Means we didn't take out the higher low. Oof. 2 candles, small bodies, small tails on top and bottom. Dojis, however you want to pronounce that. That means indecision. There's also this kind is when you have double like this, spinning top on top, more leaning bearish bias. We're rejecting midpoint in the big weekly. Wow, this is a nice setup. Very interesting. Let's leave these drawings here. We'll put this on the daily time frame, see if we see something. Yep, I see something. We had a higher high, a lower high. So the momentum here is weaker here. Yep. Even for the Friday's candle, inside candle, wow, we might just gap down or trend down lower. I'll be looking more bearish bias here, potentially. Looking for the trigger. Nice. Maybe tonight or tomorrow I might get a trading opportunity. Let's put this on the higher time frame now. On the monthly, see if we see something. Again, if you don't want to trade the commodity futures, they have stock ETFs. Yep. Okay, here we are on the monthly. There's the high, 2014. Still inside candle. Wow. Put this on the drawing. Interesting. I'm going to end it here. Many thanks for watching.